For step 4, we're going to sew our waistband. So you're going to turn your boxers inside out, slide them in the narrow end of the ironing board, and have the back side up. You're going to just fold this over, and then you're going to measure it. And it's got to be longer than the elastic. The elastic measures 3 centimeters, so I'd like you to press the waistband under 4.5 centimeters. You want it at least 1.5 centimeters longer. So measure it, press it, and pin it, because I want it to stay where you pressed it. Then move it along, fold it under, measure it, make sure it's 4.5 centimeters, and you can either use the seam gauge or you can use the actual elastic. Put it at the top and make sure you have an extra 1.5 centimeters below it, and then pin it. And do the entire waist that way, moving, folding under, measuring, pressing, pinning. When you're finished, bring it back to your sewing machine. I've got to do a couple of things before I can sew that waistband. So I'm at the back and I'm going to mark a spot 4 centimeters apart. So I'm going to mark 2 spots. This will be my start spot and that will be my stop spot. I'm leaving 4 centimeters free. And then I've got to free arm my machine, slide this inside, so slide the front underneath, because again, you don't want to sew it shut. And I'm not going to sew on the 15 this time. I'm going to take this folded edge and I'm going to put it right on this silver edge. You're going to sew a seam that's about 4 centimeters wide. So I'm going to start at the tailoring chalk mark, and I'm going to put the foot down, needle down. I'm going to check, make sure that that's all underneath, nothing is caught. I'm going to take the first pin out and I'm going to start to sew. And notice I didn't reverse. This is one of the very few times I'm on purpose not going to reverse. So the foot is staying right at the edge of that serged fabric, and the top is staying right at that silver edge. So I'm sewing a 4 centimeter seam. I go a little bit, I stop, I check underneath, I make sure nothing is getting caught. And you're going to sew all the way around like that. It shouldn't be bubbling up at all because you pressed it and pinned it. You're going to get to the front, make sure that seam stays the way you pressed it. Don't allow it to flip over. So now I'm approaching the second tailoring chalk mark, the one that's 4 centimeters away. I sew right up to it and then stop. I don't reverse. I lift the needle, lift the foot, cut those threads, cut the other threads, and now I'm ready to put in the elastic. So you're going to take it, make sure you have the end that does not open, slide it in that opening. Once you get it inside, the way you're going to move that elastic through that opening is thumb goes behind the pin and your other fingers push the fabric over the pin. Then you grab the top of it and pull it. Every time you do that, more of the elastic will go in. So thumb behind the pin, push the fabric over the pin, and then pull. So it's a push-pull motion, and you're going to do it until the elastic goes all the way around and comes out the hole that it went in. Once you've tried the boxers on and you're happy with the fit, you're going to replace the safety pin with a regular pin, and then you're going to pull, really yank on that elastic so it comes out so you can get at it, and then put it under the presser foot, put the foot down, take that pin out, put the needle down, and you're going to sew down the length once and reverse back, and then do it again over and over, I'd say 8 to 10 times, so that that is really secure. And hopefully you've also checked and made sure that the elastic is not twisted, because that's not very comfortable if it's twisted. And then after you cut your threads, you're going to cut off the excess on the top, cut the excess off on the bottom, And then you're going to slide it back in the opening, pull it tight, and you'll see for sure that it's not twisted at this point. If it is twisted, you may have to cut it and resew it. And then you're going to take a pin and you're going to pin down where that opening is. So just pull it nice and even, stick a pin, and it can go right in the elastic if you like. And then I actually like to sew it on the good side, so I flip it over. I line it up under the machine, under the foot, and I find at the top where I have some stitching, I line it up in there, I put the foot down, needle down, and then I reverse. And that's why I didn't reverse before, because I knew I was going to reverse over it later. And then I come down, right through that seam at the back, and I'm going to join it into the other seam, and that's where I'll reverse again. So that opening is sewn shut. And now I had the opening at the back, which is where I'd like you to have it too. And if I didn't have pockets, I might sew a little X or a little square or a little circle, something to always tell me where the back is. But because I have pockets, I won't need to do that. And now we're ready for the last step, step 5, the hems.